report a theft of some sheep. All my sheep are gone now. Some haggis that took them. When you get an haggis, it's all right, you know, the little swine to your plate. But when they swarms, they're called Haggi. They've been playing merry hell with my turnips. They've tweaked all my carrots and buggered off with my sheep. What's a farmer to do when he's got no sheep? I blame the Scots. They let them over the border. You know what I mean? They're supposed to keep an eye on them. When it's haggis hunting season, I'll be there.
Chefs, reports have been coming in of marauding Haggi sauntering all across Cumbria, demolishing crops and eating all the livestock. We really need to do something about this. Are you with me?
Yes.
Are we going to do something about it?
Yes.
Right, let's go and get them. Well, as you can see, after hours and hours and hours of marauding over the Cumbrian fells, we actually managed to catch one, and we've caught one. We've killed it just to spare you all the gory blood and guts. Today, I'm going to show you how to do as many different things as we can with the wonderful haggis. Forget what your granny's told you, forget what your mammy's told you, forget what the guys down the pub have told you, and forget all the myths and legends that you've ever heard about haggis. You should try it. The first dish that I'm going to show you is haggis with pan-fried scallops and pea puree. The pea puree, dead easy. So what we've done is we've boiled them up with some shallots, some seasoning, some chopped up mint, brought them up to the boil till the peas are done, and then we've blended them, and then we've passed them through a sieve. It's got a fantastic colour, kept its colour brilliantly. Okay, so that's the pea puree. I've got a pan on here, nice and hot for the scallops. Steve Hallett from Raven's Glass Fish, as some of you are going to know, he got them for me. Fantastic scallops. So they've come down from Scotland just to keep in with the theme. Okay, but the Scottish scallops, the best scallops in the world. We've got the little discs of haggis just warming through. Don't want them too hot. Take the flavour away from the scallops. All we've done with the scallops, we just oiled them lightly, and we're going to put them into a dry pan. Hear the sizzle there. And we want a nice golden colour on these. Okay, so they want about probably a minute on either side. Just a touch of seasoning, not too much. I don't want to put too much seasoning on these scallops because each individual butcher that make haggis will have their own recipes locked in a safe, locked away in a safe, so nobody knows what the ingredients are. But if any of you have ever tried haggis before, you'll know that it's got that nice, fantastic peppery, spicy flavour to it. There we go. Nice colour on these. You don't want to overdo scallops. You overdo scallops, they're going to get really rubbery. Just while those are finishing off, I'm just going to put the pea puree onto the plate. We're in Cumbria. We're not afraid of portions in Cumbria. We've got the haggis there that we've heated through. Okay, so we're just going to place these on. Again, we've just been a bit chefy. You don't need to make little circles. You can just put a dollop of crushed peas in the centre of the plate. Put a dollop of haggis on top, and then just sit the scallops on top. As you can see, nice colour on each side of these scallops, lovely and moist in there. Okay, so we're just going to sit those on top, like so. And then just to finish it off, all I'm going to do, just a smidge of olive oil over the top. Here we are. Just to show you, this is all I'm doing is just showing you how versatile haggis actually is. We've made some haggis sausage rolls, really easy. Ready rolled puff pastry, just haggis down the centre, roll it up as you can see, and bake them in the oven for about 20 minutes. Haggis sausage rolls, and in here a quail egg with haggis around the outside. So there we go, we've got haggis Scotch eggs. And another one that we've got is these are potato, parsnip and haggis croquettes. And these are so easy to make, it's unbelievable. All we've done is we've got some mashed potato, let that go cold. We've grated some parsnip into the mashed potato, seasoned that up, mixed it all in together with just an egg yolk just to make it a bit more rich. And then we've folded that around some haggis, coated them in breadcrumbs, deep fried them for about 7 minutes. There we are. You've got the haggis there. Haggis, the potato with the grated parsnip through that. One of the things that I have been asked in putting this haggis tasting menu-y dishy type thing together is how do we do a whiskey sauce? Easy peasy. I'm going to show you the easiest way. There's going to be people out there saying, throwing things at the computer, television, phone, or whatever, saying that's not how you do it. This is dead easy. It's so simple. Even I can do it. So what we need for a whiskey sauce, all we're going to need is we just need some cream. This is double cream. Okay. Obviously we need some whiskey. So that goes in. We need some seasoning, so some pepper, salt, pepper. Okay. Dijon mustard. And again, I've said this before, any of you that have watched this before, you'll have all heard me say that cooking's about taste, so it's all down to your individual taste. If you want more whiskey in there, we'll taste it and we can add some more in there. And then we're just going to put this on the heat and then we reduce it down. Keep tasting it all the time until you get the right consistency and the right taste that you need. If it needs a little more salt, add a little bit more salt. More pepper, add a little bit more pepper. If you want it with a little bit more mustard, add it in. If you like your alcohol, like the lady behind the camera or myself, add a little bit more in there. If you taste it, it does have a little bit bitter taste to it and you want to get rid of that, just give it a little squeeze of honey. Just a little squeeze of honey and just mix that in and that will take that bitterness away. So that's the creamy whiskey mustardy sauce that we've got on there, just reducing down. Just keep an eye on it. Cream does have a tendency to boil up and boil over and I don't want people getting in contact saying you've ruined my my oven top. So we're just going to taste this just to make sure that we've got the consistency and the flavour right. With a clean spoon, I'm just going to taste this just to check. Yeah, that's fantastic. You've just got the right amount of mustard in there, with the whole grain mustard, the Dijon mustard, and then you've got a background kick of the whiskey. You can use whichever whiskey you like, but don't be afraid. If you don't like whiskey, I can't drink whiskey, but in a sauce, it's fantastic. I think traditionally all that they used to do was they just used to get some whiskey and just pour that over the top of the haggis and just eat it like that. What we've got is we've got layers, sliced potato, sliced swede, layers of that. I don't know if you can see, you'd probably just be able to see that properly. And we've just layered them up, okay. Chicken stock, covered it with chicken stock, cooked it through the oven for about 35-40 minutes, and then we've taken that out and then we've pressed it. If you wanted to, you could just get some mashed potato and some crushed swede and just layer it up, or just put this potato and the swede on the plate. Those have been in the oven for about 10 minutes just to heat them through. Okay. And now, as you can see, the sauce is coming up. So we're just going to take the potato and the swede stack. We've got some fantastic curly kale. Okay. Now all I've done with this, we've steamed it for 2 minutes, and then we've put it into a pan with a knob of butter, some salt and pepper, and just tossed it just to give it a nice buttery finish. Okay, so we're just going to put that there in the middle. Okay, we're going to take the chicken. There we are. You've got the chicken breast there, which we steamed for 15 minutes. Okay, we stuffed it with haggis, steamed it for 15 minutes. We've kept the skin on, because then what we've done is we've just finished, just to crisp the skin up, we've put it in a frying pan with a touch of oil, knob of butter, some seasoning just to crisp that skin up there. And then we're just going to finish this with that fantastic whiskey cream sauce with the Dijon mustard, and there's some whole grain mustard in there, just some salt and pepper. Okay, and again, this is just to taste. Okay, like so. And if any of you are still having any doubts about haggis, give this one a try, because it is absolutely fantastic. In here, underneath, on the bottom of this, we've got figs, and we've made a caramel. as you would start off if you were going to do a sweet tart tatin, an apple tart tatin, a pear tart tatin. But here we've used figs, so we've got figs on the bottom in a caramel, and on top of that we've got a beetroot relish on top of that, and then we've put haggis on top of that with a layer of puff pastry. We've baked it in the oven, and hopefully, says John, if this works out, there we go. And I think you'll agree that looks absolutely smashing. I'm really pleased with that. Okay, and the last dish that I'm going to show you, and this one is flashy, and I'm not expecting you to do this at home, although it would be fantastic if you give it a whirl. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to make a Scottish wild mountain hare, haggis and fig Wellington. This is a hare loin. And what we have done with this is we've actually sealed this in a pan for about 30 seconds at most, because you don't want to overcook this. Okay, so we've sealed it in a pan for about 30 seconds, so that's already been done, and it's chilled because everything that we do now needs to be cold. Okay, we're going to take some air-dried ham. This is to act as a barrier, if you like, not to overcook the hare. Okay, and it also obviously is going to add flavour. Okay, we've got some fig puree, and all this is figs, fresh figs that we've just added a touch of water in the pan. We've chopped them up, just a touch of water in the bottom of the pan, and heated them through till they're going nice and soft, and then just pureed them. We're just going to spread this on like so, and then we're just going to add another layer of ham, and then we're going to do exactly the same. We're just going to put a nice brushing of fig puree on there, like so. Fantastic. Just a touch of seasoning, not too much, because the ham's going to be slightly salty. And as I've said, the haggis, you know, as you probably know by now, the haggis has got some fantastic spicing in there, so we don't need too much salt. Just a wee bit of pepper. Okay. Just going to put some thyme leaves in there. We're going to take some haggis, okay, and with your hands just sort of flatten this out, okay, and just press it down like so. And then we've got the hare that we're just going to pop there, and then we're going to roll this up, okay. So this is going to seal all this all the fantastic flavours in there. Put this in some puff pastry and bake it in the oven. But the idea is obviously that the hare loin is still going to be fantastic and just slightly medium rarish in the middle. Sheet of puff pastry there, and just for a bit more flavour, we're just gonna spread a bit more of this lovely fig puree on there. Okay. The fig, if you wonder, anybody's asking why on earth is he using figs? Figs and game do go really, really well together. A lot of the classic figs with duck, figs and venison, so and the figs and hare. Brilliant, lovely flavour. Okay. You've got the ham on the outer, you've got the lovely hare in the middle, and we've wrapped it in haggis, some thyme through there, and just a little touch of seasoning, as I said. Then we're just going to place that on there. And we've got some egg wash. I'm just going to go around the outside of this, just to, as you would, if any of you have ever made a beef Wellington, a lamb Wellington, or a venison Wellington, you'll know what we're talking about. So we're just going to roll this up, okay, like so. Okay, and then we're just going to tuck the sides in, fold those down. Just give it a. You don't need to be too rough. Just give it a little gentle squeeze, just to seal everything in. Okay. Like so, and then just give it a bit of egg wash. This just to just give it a nice golden colour when we put it in the oven. Goes in the oven. It's just going to need, for something this size, it's probably going to need about 25 minutes, maybe 20-25 minutes. Okay. You don't want to overdo the hare in the middle, but obviously you want it to be warmed all the way through. Okay. Just on a tray, on some greaseproof, and into the oven. The hare Wellington has had 24 minutes now in the oven. So you can see it's nice golden colour. Okay, so that's going to be perfect. We're going to serve with this the potato that we did earlier, the potato stack with the Swede. We're also going to serve it with a wild mushroom and shallot ragu. Okay, so this is just shallots that we've sautéed down till they're nice and soft. Pop some wild mushrooms there, just chop the wild mushrooms up and pop those in, touch of seasoning and some port, and then just reduce that really down, so as you can see, you've just got a nice ragu-y looking thing there, and it tastes fantastic. Wild mushrooms with the hair, brilliant. Okay, to finish it off, a sauce. I'm going to use a sauce, and this is a friend of mine makes this, good friend of mine actually, Alec Tommaso, is brilliant mate of mine, good chef friend, and he sent me this up, and it's slow jelly, and it's got some rose hip and apple in there just to thicken it, but so we're going to use that. We're just going to warm that through, so it's just a jelly, but we're just going to warm that through and just use that as a sauce. So we're going to plate this dish up now. Oh yeah, we're going to start with the fig puree. So we're just going to put fig puree down. Okay, got the potato, and we're just going to sit one of those on the end there. We've got the wild mushroom ragu, so we're just going to pop that down the centre like that. There we go. We're just going to cut the ends off this, okay, and then cut this. And we're just going to sit that on there like so, and then we're just going to finish it with this fantastic slow jelly that we've just warmed through, just so it goes nice and liquid, and we're just going to use this as a nice sauce, and I think you'll agree that looks absolutely fantastic. And there we are. That's your Wild Mountain Scottish hare with your fantastic Scottish haggis, wrapped in Parma ham with some fig puree, wrapped in puff pastry, baked in the oven for around 24-25 minutes, with the wild mushroom and shallot ragu and the stack of potato and swede. So, when Robert Burns wrote that great address to the haggis in 1786, this is the baby that he was talking about. I hope you've enjoyed some of these dishes, and I hope you're going to go out and you're going to try it. I really, really do. I want you to go out and do this. So, from me, Jon Fell, at Sella Park House Hotel, happy Burns night.